Hey lovelies, guess what? I went to Ulta and I got the DermaBlend. I got the DermaBlend Professional Concealer. Now I got it in the color N6, which N means a neutral, and that's what I am. I'm a neutral kind of girl. So that's the color I chose. It is kind of light, and I already have put everything under my eyes. I've put on my beauty oil, I've put on my eye cream, Younique's eye cream, and I have also put on my satin mist, okay? And that's been settling. So you're going to try this with me for the first time. Now, this says it's 24-hour wear, okay? So we shall see. I can't even get in the box. Here we go. I think I got it. So let's see what it looks like out of the package. Oh, that is kind of light. But I didn't like the second color. It looked a little too dark. So we're going with it, all right? So let's open it up. I haven't even taken it out of this. Oh my gosh. You're doing this with me. This is how you learn. Oh, it's got a big doe foot. It's got a pretty big doe foot applicator. I'm going to pop some right there. Right there. That's the Wayne Goss had made. Wayne Goss's method. And we're just going to start blending it. Okay, it feels really creamy. It's going to be really light. I can see that. But, you know, I do set it with powder. So let me blend this on out. Let me blend it on up. Today I'm just wearing a bunch of bronzer on my face. I mean, it's hot here in Alabama. All right, blend. Now, the true test is this is probably going to be too light for me. Let me see. All right, let me blend it in. It's not in my creases. That's a plus. Oh my goodness, I like that. Now I'm going to set it with powder and we'll see. I could set it with a different color powder and not something so light. So let me see, what am I going to use? I'm going to use, I don't know, that looks pretty darn good. Now if it lasts 24 hours, hello, we'll see. I look tired today. Look at the difference. Wow, that's really bright. Let me see which one I want to use. I have my It's. I also have a little bit of Laura Mercier. Now, Laura Mercier's got a little bit of color to it. Not a whole lot. A lot of times I don't like to put the color underneath. But I think today we will try this. And we will try it with a small little brush here. Let me get a brush out. I'm so unprepared, aren't I? So there's my color. It's kind of a light, kind of golden color. We'll see what it looks like. And then just pat it on here. I love the Laura Mercier. I do. It's a really nice setting powder, and that's what this is. Okay, see, that toned it down just a bit. So if I had put the other one, it would have probably been a little bit too light. Oh, that's better. That's much better. Now I'm going to do the other eye off camera, and then I'm going to go all day. And then we're going to check back in and we're going to see what it looks like at the end of the day, okay? Okay, so this is like pretty light. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of foundation on my blending bud that was left over. I'm just going to kind of dab it here in these places. Just to kind of darken it up just a tad, okay? That's what I'm going to do. So that color is a little too light. So I know when I wear it that I'm going to have to add a little bit of this or keep it off of this area here. I'm used to actually putting it there because it does brighten up the face a little more. That looks so much better. There we go. So I wanted you to see how you could correct it just in case that ever happens to you. Now, I do think it's going to wear really well though. Throughout the day. There's nothing settling in my fine lines or anything. Now, I did set both eyes with the Laura Mercier powder. So, I'll check back in with you soon. I'm going to go ahead and add a little blush back to my face since I kind of wiped out a little bit of that. And I'll see y'all later and we'll check it out. Okay, it's check-in time. I have worn this all day. This is a DermaBlend that someone recommended that is just fabulous for under eyes, especially mature. And so you saw me put it on earlier, but it has broken down a little bit right in here, and definitely on this side it's broken down. I don't know if you can see it or not. I can't really scrunch this thing in to make it, you know, come in closer. but I see some places. I can look right here. There's a place right there. Now, one thing you could do if you want to revitalize this, and you can see, I don't have Botox or anything like that. This is my real face. See, I have lines and wrinkles. Now, typically, this area here is not going to really crease that much because when we smile, we don't have creases there. It starts more like right here and then goes around. So, what I think I might try right now is, now I could probably use Younique's little cream, but I already had this on, okay? So now I'm going to pull out my Vaseline. This is my Vaseline Extremely Dry Skin Rescue. Now, this has saved my life before, so we're going to try it again. Let's do just a tad of this. Now, what I'm going to do is take it, and we're going to pop it. I'm going to pop it right where I see the most, creasing. Because what I'm doing is adding some moisture back to my under eye. I'm not trying to take away the product. I'm just kind of gently packing that in. And that one little place right there is just not going to budge. I can see it's not. I will have to kind of scrape that off. But it does look a little bit better. Let's do the other side. And let me see how that's going to work on this side. Now, I'm not using that much. Just a little tiny bit. And a little bit goes a long way. So let's try this side and see what we get. Because, I did set it with powder. And setting it with powder means sometimes you might have, some separation, even though you put that there. Just depending on your eyes. And it is very humid here today. Oh my goodness, the humidity is ridiculous here. It's very hot. So that could have had a lot to do with it as well. So I'm going to try it tomorrow. And I'm going to do my under eyes just a little bit differently. I'm going to moisturize it a little bit more. And I'm not going to use, I'm going to trade this out. I'm going to trade this out and I'm going to use this. And we're going to see if this, because this has caffeine in it and stuff that's really great, but I don't know about mixing the two together. I could do that. I don't know. I might could. But right now, I'm not real impressed with this DermaBlend. My Kosas does not look like this at the end of the day at all. It has not separated like this has. So I don't know if it's just hot. I mean, it's been hot here already. So I'm just going to kind of set this with a little bit, of powder. Just trying to get that moisture kind of locked in. And now let me see what it looks like with doing that. It looks better, but it's not what it should be, okay? You probably can't even tell that it is. You see how it's doing? It's just not setting right. So in the morning, I'll try this again and I'll start over and we'll do another run test because I don't want to say it doesn't work. It's just sometimes you got to tweak things up to make it your own, because your under eyes are different from mine. And so you may have to use a little more moisture. Now, what I might do is just use the beauty oil only and then put on the DermaBlend and check it later in the day. And then if there's something there, we could add a little bit of the lotion and that might smooth it out. And sometimes that does work. So there's always a trick to everything we do, girls. It always is. All right. So thanks for watching and we'll keep testing this and see how it goes. Okay, second day wearing this DermaBlend. I'm not still impressed with it. It has separated here and here. Of course, it is very humid, hot, and the humidity is terrible today in Alabama. So, but I did set it with powder. This time I set it with the It's instead of the Laura Mercier color. So I did set it with a different powder, just trying to figure that out. And I did not put, the only thing I used on my eyes today, I did use this Vaseline. I did use this, and I did not use the eye cream. So, hoping that might make a difference, but I don't really see much of a difference. So, Like I'll put a little picture here of my eye up close so you can actually see it. It's hard to see it here, but it is broken down quite a bit. See when I smile? So this area here though, you know, is never going to crease. It's always going to be creasing right in here in these areas here. So I'm not real crazy about this. I think I'll stick with my Kosas, and either one of these two colors is good for me. One's a little lighter than the other. So if I want to have one brighter, you know, these are both neutral colors. And this one was a neutral color too. It's a neutral color. So that would be, my undertone is more of a neutral tone. So, okay guys, that is my take on this DermaBlend. I may try and use it at some other point, maybe not in the summer, just to see what it looks like, you know, toward wintertime or something like that, when there's no humidity and I'm not sweating to death when I go outside. And that could have a lot to do with it too. So anyway, all right. See y'all later.